Hello, it's Mrs. Daniels here, and tonight I'm going to read you a story about Snow White, the Star Striker. It's a story all about teamwork, and as we know, working together is always productive. Once upon a time, there was a misty blue mountain. Below the misty blue mountain was a wild, dark forest, and by the wild, dark forest was a village. The village had a stream, a duck pond, and an old red apple tree, and it was home to Snow White and her fairy tale friends. And there's the village. Snow White loved football. She practiced on her way to school, on her way home, and even after dinner before she went to bed. She even dreamed about football. Oh, that looks a really cool dream. Snow White played on the village football team with her friends. The team had a match coming up against the ogres from the next village, but she was one of the best players. The only problem was she wouldn't pass the ball. "To me," yelled Jack. "Over here," called Goldilocks. Snow White wanted to score all the goals all by herself. That doesn't sound like teamwork. One day, Snow White kicked the ball so far it sailed over the goalposts and into Rumpelstiltskin's garden and broke his garden gnomes. Bash! Smash! Crash! Rumpelstiltskin was furious. "Go away," he yelled. "Find somewhere else to play." "It's your fault," said Goldilocks to Snow White. "You were far too way to score. You should have passed the ball." "You're just not a team player and you're not fun to play with," said Jack. "You're off the team." Snow White wasn't very happy. Snow White still practiced, but it wasn't the same without her friends. "Are you all right?" asked Griselda. "My friends don't want to play with me anymore, and Rumpelstiltskin is angry because I broke his gnomes," said Snow White. "Rumpelstiltskin isn't so bad," replied Griselda. "Did you know that he was good at football when he was young? He might even be able to help." Snow White went to see Rumpelstiltskin. "I'm sorry for breaking your gnomes," she said. "I was playing football, but I messed things up. Will you help me play better?" "All right," said Rumpelstiltskin. "I will coach you if you help me fix my gnomes." "Deal," said Snow White. The following week, Snow White helped Rumpelstiltskin mend the gnomes. Then he taught her some team tactics. "Can you help us too?" asked Jack and Goldilocks. Soon, Rumpelstiltskin was coaching the whole team. The day of the ogres' football match arrived. "Remember, you can win if you play as a team," Rumpelstiltskin told them. Jack scored first, but the ogres got one back. Snow White scored next, but the ogres got another. It was 2-2 with less than a minute to go. Then Snow White got the ball. Oh, there she is. What do you think is going to happen? "To me!" yelled Jack. "Over here!" called Goldilocks. Snow White hesitated. She still wanted to be her team star striker, but Goldilocks was nearer the goal. Then she remembered Rumpelstiltskin's words. Play as a team. Snow White took a deep breath and passed the ball to Goldilocks, who kicked it in the net just as the whistle went. Hooray! The fairy tale friends had won. You may not have scored the winning goal, but it's more fun playing with you now, Goldilocks told Snow White. And you're still a star. Snow White beamed. In this team, we're all stars. So that was the story all about teamwork.